All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. I want to make a quick video on the crypto side of the world. We'll look at WULF and HUT together. We'll look at Marathon and RIOT together, and then I will occasionally be flashing the Bitcoin charts through it all, right? But I think the one thing to really remember with WULF and with HUT, you can see it's almost an identical climb and drop, right? But from June to middle of July on HUT, from June to middle of July on WULF, going up, up, up. When I look at Bitcoin, all it did was go down, down, down in that June to middle of July timeframe, right? So I don't want to say I don't care about Bitcoin because I think that's a little too cavalier a statement, but hey, back of my pocket, I know these two bad boys, these bad girls for the ladies out there, they know how to break all five and fly, right? And I'm hoping that this technical bounce is going to kind of get me back to that, all right? So that's going to be the point of those. Marathon and RIOT, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness is the only thing I can think of, right? I remember talking about these four candles right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Man, I feel like I could have made a 45-minute video on it. Lo and behold, we find ourselves from almost 25 plus, actually not even almost, over 25, actually under 15 not too long. Like these four candles were wild. And it's not so much, but you know, there was a drop on Bitcoin, but I mean you can see it. The marathon one started a lot sooner than the Bitcoin one, right? And then I think RIOT, just you can see it, is even the worst of it all, right? So it's a little bit of a tough video for sure, but the first two, you got to keep your eyes on them if they make the technical bounces we're about to talk about, all right? So before we do go any further though, and I give you more of my thoughts and opinions, what are we going to do? Same thing we always do, right? We'll take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how these things are setting up short term. We have our 5 moving averages. There are horizontal support and resistance lines that I do draw manually myself. And then when we are done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly, if you can, please subscribe to this channel. Share this video online with your friends. Comment good or bad if you disagree. Look, anything you can do helps so much with these YouTube algorithms. But for real, just being here and giving me your time, oh, I am so grateful for it, all right? So WULF and HUT, look, they are the exact same chart in my eye, and they are the exact same technical move, all right? We're really talking about this blue 100 moving average line and the bounce that we're seeing on it. I think the one big thing to talk about that's different is where the 200 moving average sits. So with HUT, I like the fact that they're very close. Look, when we're below the lines, I hate it when they're too tight, right? When they're too tight and I'm below, it's really hard for me to break above and run, right? Now that I'm sitting above them, believe me, I love that they're tight because now that should mean it's going to be even harder to lose down, right? That's a thicker wall of protection instead of a thicker wall of like the safe vault, right? So I'm glad these two are close. That is not the case with HUT. HUT, if we lose this 100, that's actually a pretty bad fall. We're going from over 3 down to about 250, right? Like there's not a lot of 50-cent pieces and we're losing them quick with it, right? So that's a little bit concerning, but so far so good, I would say, with both, all right? We definitely break all 5 and fly. We bounce on the 8, bounce on the 8, bounce on the 8, bounce on the 8. Our good friend, the 20 moving average, helps us when we couldn't. All of a sudden, we lose the 8, go to the 20. We lose the 20, we come to the 50. We lose the 50. We've come to the 100 and have seemingly held. All right. There's obviously this 350 line that I drew myself. Personally, I give more like respect to the moving averages. They are computer generated, right? I'm just some dude kind of clicking, hopefully in the right place, right? But you know, I am going to give it the credit, especially really when I see it as well here. Again, I have a line that I drew, but again, I'm going to give it to the computer generated lines, right? I talked about Bitcoin a little bit in the beginning. Look, Bitcoin was going down, down, down from that June to middle of July run, right? Don't get me wrong. If Bitcoin goes up, I would assume the other ones are going to go up as well. But again, look, we make the run from basically we'll call it the 15th. We'll say from this line all the way to what, the 30th, right? That wasn't the case, right? That's actually where we start to slip. And again, on HUT, where we start to slip. Now, don't get me wrong. To me, I think it was the indicators were way too high, right? You have an RSI of 85, and you can see we've been living up there on HUT. With Wolf, same thing, right? I mean, it was a little further ago, but it was a high RSI and it needed to come down. It just kind of came down much. But yeah, these are actually moving a little bit inverse of Bitcoin. And, we're horizontal right now. Bitcoin, I would say, is horizontal right now. If Bitcoin makes the escape and it actually makes the run from 64 to hopefully higher up, I don't know if I got to think inverse with Wolf and HUT, right? So it's interesting to see those just kind of playing again. Keep that in your back pocket, but really, I need water. Mm. Mm. Oh, excuse me, something got caught in my throat. So yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, we were talking about it being inverse. Just watch Bitcoin a bit, but I think to me, ultimately, we care about the charts themselves on Wolf. If we can break 450, I think that's our number. You know what? I'm actually even. This is our line. 460. Let's use 460. 460 is basically the bottom of this July 1st candle. It's almost half of this late June, and then just zooming out to see if it does anything else. What was the line I just drew? I don't remember. I think it was this one. No, it's almost the bottom of this guy. I think it was that 460. I like 460. 460 is the money line on Wolf. If we break 460, I think 605 will become the target. Maybe this 517 in the middle, but I don't even think that that's worth drawing. When I look at HUT, I would say the same thing. I think I'm going to lower this a bit. Oh, let me see what that looks like. I think that's our line. Let's see if I can go just a little bit lower. Yeah, that's our line. 1560. 1560 for HUT. If we break that, oh, I think that might be a little high. I think I want to go here with that. About half of that candle is about the top of this. Break 1560 and I'm going to think 20 bucks. I think that's a good channel right there. So watch these and keep that inverse Bitcoin thought in your back pocket, all right? Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Let's take a look at Marathon and Riot. And really, these are not looking very good, all right? That's a really easy thing to say, all right? I do not like a stock that is under the 8 and the 20, let alone under all 5 moving averages, right? When I look at the weekly, it really, really was this 100 moving average on the weekly that probably saved it because, again, you've heard me say it all the time. If you break all 5, you're going to fly, up, up. When you lose all 5, you're going to go down, down, down. And man, this was red. That's a bad candle. That's a doji. That's a horrible candle. The only reason the horrible wasn't was because of this line right here. All right. For it just that's what at least these technical computer generated things are telling me, right? There's a decent reason to think that Bitcoin might be trying to make a little bit move, but we talked about it yesterday on Discord. BTC, give me a second. I gave her that. Okay, cool. For me to believe, okay, I said this yesterday. For me to believe in today, because again, what did Bitcoin do yesterday? It was this big candle, right? For me to believe in today, tomorrow, we need to close at 62.4. What was I looking for? I wanted to take this and bring us just into that little, like somewhere in that little gap right there, right? I wanted to get over that 50 moving average. And then from there, the goal was going to be to go on up over that, right? So let me just click that because I believe I actually even drew that right there. This was going to be the goal. Yesterday was lovely, but again, we're never here for a single day, right? You're going to go one more, and then hopefully more. No. Instead, we kind of stayed right here. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm glad we didn't go under. I for sure am glad we didn't go under, right? But I need today to close right around here. It looks like it's 2062.7. I said 62.4, whatever, right? Get me over the 50 moving average. That's going to be the goal on Bitcoin. What I was trying to get to the point was, though, when you look at Bitcoin, there's a bit of a downtrend, there's a bit of an uptrend. If we can get over 64, that's where good things can happen, all right? With Marathon, we see a little bit of the down, a little bit of this recovery, a whole lot of lines. Look, I'm willing to lower it to this. I am. I'll lower it to this. If we can, I would wait on Marathon for 21.55. If that can break, yeah, if that can break, I'm going to think 30. For sure, there's going to be a little bit something right here around like 24, 25, right? We'll figure that out if it gets up there. But yeah, right now with Marathon, I would not touch this until it got over 21.55. Oh, if we lose, and for real, it can happen. Because look at this RSI from back here. It was an 8 not that many months ago, right? If we lose this 1570, oof, it might be a real fast drop. And it already actually happened. It literally came down to this already. I think if it happens again, we're going to come down to 12 very quickly, actually. Um, those are money line, death line. I think that's the easy thing to say there. Let's look at Riot really quickly. When I look at Riot, my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. We can lower this line now. I'll take it to that. So this is half. That's actually the top of that right there. That's the top of that. That's almost half. I like this line. If we can get over 12.10, I'm going to start thinking, oh, $16. That's actually a really nice percentage right there, right? I would not touch Riot anywhere under 12.10. I know 18 looks like a real low RSI. Oh my gosh, it was a 0.23, again, like with Marathon not that many months ago, right? So yeah, this looks horrible on the daily. This looks horrible on the weekly. I know it's kind of saying no. What I'm looking at is, man, the weekly RSI got as low as 10. We're still at a 4. Yeah, this thing, Riot, scares me on the weekly. Marathon, like I said, that line saved this thing. Yeah, I would focus on the first two, not these latter two. If Bitcoin can make the break that we talked about, or that 64,000-ish number, maybe I would turn my focus back to here. But yeah, let's see. Let's see if Wolf and Hut can repeat the runs from earlier. So let me know your thoughts. Let me know your opinions, even if you disagree. Hey, I appreciate you so, so much.